Alright, guys, is it the creme of the crap? The king of crap in all of Disney animation. That is. Alright, the Black Cauldron. Let me say this before we get into it. It's not that bad. Ooh, right? I mean, it's not as bad as people say it is, in my opinion, okay? Is it bad? Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. But it's not as bad as people say it is. And I think Disney kind of notices it a little bit too, because it's trying to make a kind of an anthology movies, like a series of movies based on this thing. Which I'm kind of debating about whether or not it's actually true. But what I've heard, Disney's trying to make a series of movies based on the Black Cauldron books, because this is based on a couple of books, you know? I have a feeling that this was kind of like Disney's attempt at making the Lord of the Rings movie. You know that old animated Lord of the Rings movie? Like in the maybe in the 70s or whatever. It's like based on the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers. They didn't make a Return of the King. They didn't make a Return of the King type movie. Probably because there's a lot in there. And squeezing in two of the biggest Lord of the Rings books into one animated movie is kind of, yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about Lord of the Rings. We're talking about the Black Cauldron. I have a feeling that Disney was trying to make that type of movie. Unfortunately, though, it sucked. It wasn't that great of an attempt. So, let's talk about the three things that are good in this movie. The evil guy. The evil guy in this movie is pretty evil. He's pretty scary, and he serves the job well. I will say that. He serves the job pretty well. The guy with the ham, when the kid was running, you know, he's eating the ham, because this whole movie is based on this pig. You know, this magic pig that can, like, you can see the future or something when he drinks water or whatever. And we'll get into it in the bad. We'll get into it in the bad. But the guy with eating the ham, that guy was pretty funny. That guy was pretty funny. I was like rolling on the floor laughing, but I kind of chuckled, you know, when I saw him. And again, the animation in this movie isn't that bad. I mean, I've seen worse animation, but overall, the animation isn't terrible, but it's also not that great. Lead into the bad. The animation is not that great. There's sometimes that you see characters. It's like this one scene where they're in this cave. The characters are in this cave, and there's like fairies dancing and all that. They're like unconscious, and then you swing over, you see fairies dancing, and then all of a sudden you see the main character stick his hand out trying to get the fairies, and then you see that all the characters are up and awake. What the heck? How did they wake up? I mean, they totally left that out. That's like movie 101 for you people, man. I mean, my gosh, my gosh. Yeah, stuff like that, you know, stuff that's like chopped out to make it cheaper. That's not that good, okay? Movies are trying to. A good movie shows and not tells, okay? And even if it tells, it has a creative way of telling you through showing you, because it's a movie and not a radio drama. Apparently, these people didn't really think about that, because this movie lot of exposition through the characters. You don't really see a whole lot. There's a lot of exposition about why this pig is so fantastic, why the evil guy is trying to find the pig. Not a lot of show. A lot of exposition through the characters. You don't see a whole lot. Probably because this movie is cheap as hell to make, because Disney at this time was really cheap. The Disney atmosphere is not here. Probably because they're trying to make a Lord of the Rings type movie, but it's not. You know, it's not. It's crappy. It's terrible. This is a Disney movie. You have to have the Disney atmosphere, okay? Like, the whimsical, magical element to it, you know? In every movie, even in Saludos Amigos, I will give it this. Even though I hate Saludos Amigos more than I do this movie, at least Saludos Amigos had the Disney atmosphere. Even if it was a little bit. Here, there is absolutely none. None. Okay? It seems more along the lines of an atmosphere that the Lord of the Rings animated movie might have. That's why I did the comparison between the two. And, the story. I mean, the story is ridiculous, okay? This Luke Skywalker, I'm gonna say he's Luke Skywalker because he's pretty much Luke Skywalker, who dreams of adventure and all that, wanting more out of life, blah, 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 blah. His pig apparently has some magical elements to it, and now he has to go off and hide the pig before the evil guy comes and gets him and becomes more powerful. How that happens, I have no idea, but whatever. I mean, that's ridiculous. Okay, a pig? A stupid pig? I mean, at least the Lord of the Rings, it had the ring. Even though the ring is kind of stupid. I mean, you stick it on your finger, you're going to be invisible and you're going to have some power. The pig? Couldn't you have at least a dog? Why does it have to be a stupid pig? I mean, my gosh, okay, I like pigs. Pigs are good, okay? Pigs are cute, blah, 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 okay? It doesn't make sense, though, why a pig is the main attraction here. Why the pig is, like, this magical thing. I don't get it, really. Sometimes the dubbing is really, really crappy, and it's really hard to understand these characters. I'm going to admit it right now, these characters are terrible. Every character is terrible, but it's really hard to understand them. It's hard to understand these characters. Their motivations, why they're doing this, and even just trying to understand what the heck they're saying is just terrible. Perfect lead into my next complaint, the characters themselves. The characters themselves, they're stupid, okay? They're like carbon cutouts of stereotype characters. You know, you got the princess, who we never see her actually being a princess. She never wears a crown or anything. She's like a peasant. She's dressed up like a peasant, and yet she says she's a princess. How the hell does that work? I don't know. But apparently she's a princess. The Luke Skywalker guy, he's terrible. I mean, I wish he was dead. And you shouldn't wish your main character was dead. Because if you wished he was dead, you probably shouldn't be watching this movie. There you go, man. I mean, gosh. The magic pig, I already said about that. The fuzzy thing. The fuzzy guy. I don't know his name. I don't care, okay? The fuzzy guy is terrible. He's the Jar Jar Binks of this movie. Yes, I know who Jar Jar Binks is. Yes, I know how contrived, how terrible of a character this person is. Jar Jar Binks sucks. So does this character. In fact, I think I hate this character more than I hate Jar Jar Binks, okay? That's how annoying he is. Because at least Jar Jar Binks, you could understand him. This fuzzy thing, I can't understand him. His voice is so annoying and so gut-wrenching to your head that you don't know what the hell he's saying. And he's really annoying. And he doesn't do anything to overall get the story along. He's completely terrible. He's awful. He's awful. I think I touched on this a little bit more, but the kid, okay, the reason why I don't like the Luke Skywalker guy is because he dreams too much instead of actually doing something. You know, it's like the wish upon a star type thing where you just wish it and it will come true. He dreams instead of actually doing something. He complains instead of trying to take action to stopping it or moving along and doing something with your life, okay? And that is just terrible. It is awful to see this kid doing this stuff, especially as an adult, because you're like yelling at the kid, hey, go out there and do something instead of just sitting there and doing nothing. Oh, man. It's never explained why this evil guy wants the pig so bad. He wants it for more power, we all know that, but we could guess that without even watching the movie, but it's never told why the evil guy wants the pig in the first place. What will he do? How will he gain more power through the pig? You know, there's this weird woman that I think flashed everybody. Yeah. The weird woman's awful, and I think she flashed everybody. So there you go. Everybody in this movie has a sidekick, okay? Luke Skywalker has the pig. The pig is annoying. The princess has the fuzzy thing. The fuzzy thing's annoying. The evil guy has the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin is annoying. You know, the side characters are extremely annoying. Especially the fuzzy thing. The fuzzy thing picks up all over the top, but I already went into that. There's this part in the movie where the princess is in the catacombs of the jail. How did she get down there? How did she know how to get in there? And how is it that easy to break out of the prison? Okay? The development for this story is terrible, okay? It's stuff like this that I don't understand. I do not understand how or why. The princess is stupid, but I've already gone into that. The bubble thing isn't seen that much when it's like all this build up and all that, but it's rarely showed up, you know? There's boobs everywhere in this movie. From the frog thing, there's boobs everywhere. There's boobs. Especially coming from that thing. I mean, I have a feeling that the Disney animators got stoned off their asses and then made this movie, and they were like, alright, whatever, I mean, it's better than we got now, whatever, just put it in theaters or whatever. It seems like that. This movie sucks. There's this deal that they have, that the main heroes have between the witches. The witches have the cauldron, but to this day, I still don't understand why they need the cauldron. They want the sword, this like invisible sword that will only cut things if you believe. Ooh, but yeah. They want the sword, they want the cauldron, but the witches give the cauldron to the main characters without getting the sword. And it becomes apparent that the witches are stupid. Why would you do that? Just at least hand it to each other at the same time. I mean, holy crap. There's no reason. Why do the witches need a sword? Why do they need to buy Cauldron? Nothing in this movie makes sense. Apparently, the evil guy wants me to turn everyone into skeletons. I guess that's his reasoning for it. My gosh. Okay, I can't even get into it anymore. Really, this movie's terrible. This movie's trash. You knew this was coming. This movie is dog crap. This movie's crap. Holy crap, this movie is terrible. My gosh. But I will say it's not that bad. Because even through all the trash that's in this movie, I could kind of watch it. I watched it all the way through. Saludos Amigos, I could not get through. Okay? It took me a couple tries to get all the way through. So I'll say that that's still my worst Disney animated movie that I've ever seen in my life. However, this is a very close second. Rescuers is a very close third. Yeah, it's crap. We all knew that. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, guys. Whatever, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, do all that other stuff. And, yeah. Can only get better from here. It can only get better from here.